I was driving by, I see this. I see the billboard says "Getting Old Sucks," and it just hit. It took driving by, more than a dozen times to actually make the phone call, but it hit the first time. Getting old sucks. I mean, it does. It doesn't have to, right? It doesn't have to, but what does happen is, one thing that certainly happens is it's harder to get started doing things. Little aches and pains make it easier to say no and, settle back. The symptoms he talks about, and it's not really symptoms, but the issues he talks about were the things that I was most concerned about, lack of energy and lack of motivation. I'm a heart patient, had triple bypass 7 years ago, and I think really the biggest threat I have in my life is sitting on my butt. If I sit around and don't move, that's probably the greatest danger I can expose myself to, other than starting to smoke cigarettes or something. And that's what I wanted to. That's really what I wanted to address. I was probably 30 pounds heavier then too. This is like 6 months ago. That wasn't really an issue for me. I wasn't paying any attention to the weight, and it's not what brought me in the door. But I'm 30 pounds lighter now. I don't have a roll over my belt anymore. I feel pretty good about that. For years, I've had an issue with my eyes where tears deteriorate real fast. And the eye doctor just says, well, your tears deteriorate real fast, and sometimes it's going to bother you. And it was like blurry vision. Late in the afternoon, especially when I was tired, it would be worse. Well, I started taking the supplements, and there's a number of them here, and I have no idea, because I've never broken them up, to tell you which one might apply to my issue. But whatever was missing in my eye drops was pretty immediate, or in my tears, was pretty immediately addressed, because within a couple of days, my issue was when I blink, I see real clear, and then the clarity would decrease. I just don't have that issue anymore. It's been a long, long time since I didn't have eye drops in my pocket. It's been months since I've even been concerned about whether or not eye drops were in my pocket. I just don't need them anymore. I think the biggest thing is that people who haven't seen me for a while notice the weight loss the quickest. The way I can tell it is the clothes fit that didn't fit before. I got a pair of 44 pants that they didn't fit when I bought them. That was a number of years ago. I got like that much gap with those now, and that feels great. It really does. It's more comfortable all the time, really more comfortable all the time. Well, what my wife has said to me is that I do look better, and she looks better too. I know that my wife has said that she finds me more attractive. But it's one of the things you don't notice yourself. I go looking at myself in the mirror, I don't see. I guess in a sense I do, but I don't fully recognize looking much better. I can absolutely tell it in the way that clothes fit, though. With the other supplements that you take as part of the program, I know I've experienced an improvement in my vision, and what I believe is that that has to do with some deficiency, something that wasn't right in my body. And what I believe is that if that's been addressed, there likely are other things I'm not even aware of, that the supplements, by having the correct amount of whatever it is, fish oil, D1, the DHEA, that having these supplements in my system is likely addressing problems I don't even know about. That's what I've come to believe from the eye experience. I take the testosterone injections, and that's I think that's where the weight losses come from. That's where the additional feeling of motivation. That may overstate it a little bit. It's really more of a feeling of willingness to follow through, and a little more ability to get started. I think that's where the testosterone is helped, and I think the other supplements are helping in ways that I probably won't ever really know. That's what I've come to believe from the eye thing, because that's something nobody expected. Nobody said this is going to happen. It was never even brought up. I've never talked about it. No eye doctor has ever said there's any way to address that. It's just, no, you got bad tears. I think what I have said to Dr. Collins, and what I would say is just thanks. This was a surprise in that I didn't expect results as quickly as I got them.